Guys.
Gen Z.
So in case you're wondering why Fena is dressed like a disco ball, yes. I think Fena should tell you. Fena, tell us.
Nikisema twende disco, mnasema niku disco mbobo. Niku disco mbobo, sawa?
Sawa.
Twende disco. Twende disco. Twende disco. Twende disco.
Cheers.
Wazi, I just dropped a new song.
All right. Now remember, if you are watching at home and you have any questions for Fena, well, guess what? At TV47 Kenya on Facebook, at TV47 News on X, at Fena.
At Fena _ Gitu tena. Fena Gitu, at phenomenal, Fena _ MENAL.
All right, and if you want to look for me at Shiksha Aurora, that's where you're going to find me as well. Now, Fena, we are going to be getting into, we're going to be getting into the interview soon, so we'll get the chairs right here, there, because we need to sit down. Okay, we need to talk. For that, we need to take a seat. And then also remember, Fena's new dance challenge is going to be dropping here. For Fena's brand new track, so that's going to be coming up in a bit. But first things first, Fena.
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
You look good.
So do you.
Thank you.
Always.
So, when it comes to music, right?
Yeah.
You've been doing this for a while. You've been rapping. You've been one of the OG rappers from back in the day.
Yeah.
I feel like
back in the day, umenizesha sana.
I mean, okay, you're still young.
Anyway,
well, guess what?
Yeah.
But that's because you started off very young.
True.
Right? And that's why I say back in the day, because I swear to God, you've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, most of them weren't born here.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Right? So, when it comes to keeping up with the new trends, when it comes to keeping up with the new sound that Kenya now has, it's a lot of work.
Yes.
It's something that requires a lot of effort, a lot of, consistency.
Yeah.
So how do you make it work for you?
Well, first of all, this is my gift and my passion. Since I don't know anything else, ndio kitu nimepewa, so every day I'm trying to better myself from my last. I'm always working with young people. I'm always hanging out with young people. So I'm always just keeping an ear out for what's fresh, what's going on. And I just I want to see the next generation. We want to pass it down to the next. So I'm very passionate about doing that.
And I love to hear that. I love to hear when people, especially artists, they try and adapt to times. They try and make things work for themselves, but also at the same time, you have to go with the times.
Yeah.
Because right now, if I ask you, what is your favorite genre of music? Urban tone.
Urban tone. Yeah.
If I ask you, what's your favorite genre of music? Urban. Most of the answers are urban tone, right?
Yeah.
So is that something that you have already adapted with?
I mean, I like to try many things. So I'm an R&B, Afrofusion, Afro-soul artist from the jump, R&B. But pia nimetoka mtaa, so kuna steam. Yani genge, we grew up listening to genge and kapuka. So it's very easy to adapt to nikipewa track na tuseme Tipsy G. Sinaona siwezi shindwa, so it's just I guess I give it to the gift and nimepewa na Mungu. Yeah.
Now, Fena, this new generation of singers, of rappers, we have guys like Sean MMG.
Hey, hello.
We have guys like Goditena.
Yeah.
We have guys like
Spoiler for 3.
Imagine, these are people who are currently they are the ones who are the top, right? And for you to stay relevant, for you to be able to hit those big numbers, the pressure I think at the moment is the competition is high, right? But of course, at the end of the day, as an artist, you have to do what you got to do, and you have to do it best. So what are some of the things that you've done that are different from the things that you would do as Fena back in the day?
I think also getting older, you start to pace yourself. I'm not really in a competition with anyone. I just want to create music that will live long after I'm gone. Because kusema tu kweli kuna time ilifika that the pressure chasing numbers. Kama msanii we ni binadamu, that thing will start to eat at you slowly. So na sisemi msitafute numbers. I'm not saying don't look for numbers. It's just that what's your reason for being in the thing, right? So when you're level-headed about what you're doing, when you get a hit, great. And what happens when you don't? Sasa utajimaliza, si lazima uendelee. So for me, it just became a thing about, do I like the thing that I'm about to release? I like it. My people, who are my people, they resonate. And that kind of helps me stay consistent. And you know, I'm just building for the long term.
Fena, when it comes, this voice of mine.
Too
much steam here.
Yeah.
You know, Fena, when we talk about the female rappers in Kenya, right? We talk about some of the really talented guys. Like right now, Saru.
Yeah.
Wow. Like I'm really vibing with her vibe. Like I really think that like there's something special there.
Yeah.
Kabaya.
Oh, no,
So
yeah.
if you were to collabo with some of these really talented up and coming, of course some of them have done some big songs.
Yeah.
Who would you choose?
I mean, I've worked with Mandy. Mandy's a
Awesome.
really good friend.
Yes.
Kabaya number one. Of course, Femi one, you know, kuna Uno, kuna Saru. I really, really like Saru. I'd love to work with Saru. Diana, of course, and I kill. So, I mean, I'm always ready to work with people who are, one, gifted, disciplined, and passionate about their craft, and they're good at what they do. So, kaweni mnoma, hala.
Awesome. Fena, and as we wrap up, right? This new album of yours.
Yeah.
Tell us about us. Tell us about it.
Yeah.
What inspired it? And you know, like what was the process behind coming up with a song, especially disco? Like going back to the disco times in 2024.
Yeah.
That's a gamble because maybe some people won't relate with it, obviously.
Right.
And then there'll be some who'll be like, oh, finally something for us.
Yeah.
So what was your thought process behind coming up with such an album?
Again, like I said, I'm just creating new sounds. I'm experimenting. I'm trying to grow as a person and as a musician. So the album was more, it found me in that time for COVID. So I had really a lot of time to reflect about my life. Album inaitwa Love, Art, Lust. So najua Nairobi kwanza ni mapenzi, alafu art ni ile kazi tunafanya, last pia tena tunarudi kwa mapenzi. Lakini disco was now to close that season of my life. So now now we see I have a lot of new music coming out soon, so disco is more or less like a step into the future. Mkiwatch your video ni kali, ebu mwende mwandike hapo. Shiksha brought me here. Kwa comments, sawa? Sawa. You do homework.
All right, guys. Now, I think since we're talking about closing, you said that disco was the reason, I mean, why you did disco is because it was to close a chapter of your life, right? And here, right now, to close this interview, we need Fena to perform to disco, right? Okay. Yeah? So, Fena, the stage is yours. Where are my boys? Where are the boys?
We don't need no privacy. Love is in the air. So nikisema, we don't need no privacy. Love is in the air. So, your hands all over me. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Twende disco, baby. 1, 2, 3, niku disco mbobo. Sawa? DJ twende.